My name is Amy Snook, and I'm the owner of Still Moving, Rad and Sustainable Fashion, second-hand threads made fresh. So using fabrics that have already been produced and would otherwise sit in a second-hand store, I cut them up and piece them back together and make new things. I'm 23 years old, and I'm from Newfoundland on the east coast of Canada. And I started making my own clothes because, being from a very small town, it's hard to find something that stands out or something that's different. And I was tired of going to school and you'd see a bunch of other girls with the same really cool sweater on. So I thought, hey, if I can do some secondhand shopping and make my own things, of course I'll get something that's one of a kind. So I moved to Windsor to pursue my master's degree in environmental science. So you may say I'm an environmentalist, but that has a bit of a bad connotation to it. So I care about the environment, I care about our impact on the earth, I care about the use of natural resources, and I think we should all try and do our part to reduce our impact. It evolved. I was making clothes for myself. That turned into making clothes for my friends. Sometimes you make things that don't really turn out to fit you, so you end up giving them away, and once you get a bit of attention, people say, hey, I'd like to buy that. You know, where did you get that? Where can I get one? I think there's a definite advantage to having something that's handmade, that's one of a kind, and it certainly adds to it if you can meet the person who made the garment, you know where it came from, you know the story. There's so many incidences of factory workers who are mistreated, work in really terrible conditions, and who lead pretty miserable lives because of the work that they have to do in a factory. Not to mention, cotton is the cash crop that they use the most pesticides for. So I say more sustainable than organic cotton or hemp or bamboo is using materials that have already been produced. Maybe as an anti-consumerist reaction to mass-produced clothing, mass-produced anything, is almost a return to things that are handmade. At one time, most clothes was handmade, so if you had something from a store, there was almost that new appeal to it. But that's really worn off, and I think people are reverting back to liking things that are handmade, that may have some flaws in them, that aren't perfect, that were made by a human. And again, if you get something that's unique, that's one of a kind, some people think of it as a little piece of art or just a nice object.